fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What people do eat no money, what people at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away in the your little rat you. Use the youth, them on them, Mr. Musta Mantis statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the skin from money, girl, and say that is not you. One day, the man above end up in my gutter. But too much it in the kitchen, some of fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. We already promise it, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, them rap and they down in our river. Member bold honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn.
Stibbidim day, stibbidim day, stibbidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for we in Global TV. Check it.
Good morning and welcome. It is Wednesday, I believe, the 14th. Thank you very much. Or it is Tuesday. I don't know what day. Hold on. Tuesday the 14th, rather. Good morning and thank you very much for joining us. I did not feel well last night. Still not feeling well. I'm having headaches. It is much milder now, but when we do government work, we still have to tackle along in our mild illness and go on. So when we do FIWI, we feel learn to tackle along in the mild illness and go on as well. Little housekeeping. As of tomorrow, I'll be going off to the West Midlands. This is about work, though. I have a funeral to go and stream on Thursday. So I'm going off tomorrow. You will be still having your shows. But, as you know, when I'm not in London, I'm more behind the screen. So, just to let you all aware of that. Honado, morning, all, and welcome. Good morning to my community of party, my family members, my moderator, platform membership holders, viewers, and subscribers. Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Sunshine, Precious Allen, Gloria Morris, Darth White, Beaton Teach, Natalia Freeman, Jason Kane, Elaine Turner, Abinasa Cody, Debbie Jervis. Debbie Jervis, if you don't see Debbie too active at the moment, Debbie should be in flight going back to Florida today. Lussum Riley, Laura Morris, Jason Kane, Who else? Plain Truth. Ekron Sound System. Sheila. Miranda Rodder. Who else is here? Izzy Holder. Rose. Pamela Okola. Good morning, all. Good morning and welcome. Juliet, we're not trouble you this man. We just ask some question. And not trouble we trouble you. We just ask if you hear a wire side talk, all right? Ivan Johnson. You did hear that there is ruckus. And when I say ruckus, I mean the road type of ruckus going on between Dr. Audrey Marks and Dr. Andrew Holness. Are you aware? Real Black Woman, how are you? Are you aware of anything of such, Miss Holness, that there is ruckus going on between Dr. Audrey Marks and Dr. Andrew Holness? And what the whole doctor fetish about? Having an honorary doctorate degree does not suggest one is a bright person. In the case of the Prime Minister also, it does not suggest one is an influential person. I wonder if this degree rammed home this year was to smooth over the Prime Minister bruised and soiled credibility. Stronger together. If that is the intention, do you think it has worked? But Juliet, this is no fun. There are arguments popping off, and I not just know it is being said. But I'm forced to ask a question now because I see Andrew Audrey is going all out for Andrew. Because when we go on about the Consul General in New York, who threw the University of the West Indies out of their building because they refused to give Andrew Holness a doctorate, which university by friend, Delaware State University, managed to, unresearched, give that award to Andrew Holness. Based on what? Don't ask me, because what the man talk about, say them a game for, cotton bud pop off in my ears them time, them maybe one hear, but me never hear, Christine Gilbert. But there are a lot of arguments going around that Audrey Marks and Andrew Holness in a ruckus. Now, I was going to lead a charge at Audrey Marks this morning, Georgia Dennis, in relation to the University of the West Indies, because I had thought at first instant Audrey Marks' doctorate award was given by University of the West Indies. But after checking further, I then realized that she received her doctoral award from the Northern Caribbean University. And why them so hinged up over thingy rather? But Audrey Marks, you surpass the normal ambassadorism, isn't it? Because never before, Audrey Marks, we've had an ambassador serving under me freeze. When I hear me, I say me freeze Spanish screen. Look, got my hand or something. I don't know what is wrong with my camera. Some of these days. Let me hold on to see. I believe I am back now and you can hear me. Marcia. I want me to say when the camera freeze. Audrey Marks' doctorate was awarded by the university, the Northern Caribbean University. So I was going to go after her because I thought it was the University of the West Indies, Dorrit White. But, Sharon, good morning. Or is it Sharon? Sharon. But what is it about these doctorates, prospective power? And why Audrey Marks went so all out in order for Andrew Holness to receive this doctorate at this time? But Audrey Marks, as I have said, has surpassed the normal ambassadorism, because this is not the first Miss Marks being an ambassador. Miss Marks was an ambassador during the short flip period between Portia Simpson and Bruce Golden, between the period of 2010 and 2012. Some of you may be aware of that. Why did the Holness regime, after Audrey Marks has already served as ambassador under a different administration, for the dunce in the back, the doctor in the honorary PhD is silent like H in honor. No, sir. Why did Holness chose or whatever to bring back Audrey Marks as ambassador? When Audrey Marks had already served as ambassador between 2010 and 2012. Going after the Consul General for New York with regards to the University of the West Indies debacle, Daniel Taylor. Yes, but it's slightly misplaced for a lot of us. It's Audrey Marks we need to go after. Audrey Marks, as the ambassador, sits, as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, above the Consular Generals, Maureen Blassel. So that decision taken to remove the University of the West Indies out of that building, Audrey Marks gave that directive. Not just the Consular General, but it's a pact, though. The government is involved. Ministry of Education is involved. The Foreign Office is involved. So there's a conglomerate of labor team here, Millicent Jones, working to make sure if it don't happen for Andrew, then where you can continue on the same journey. Our Audrey, when your Holness go out for dinner, you don't want to put down on name as Dr. Holness and Dr. Marks, Desmond Myrie. We don't want to put down as Dr. Marks and Dr. Holness. Morning, everyone. Because all of them something, you know, it's a bit of stretch too far. Because we hear say wholeness get it because of his personal integrity and commitment to may know what them attack. Whitestone, good morning. May know what them attacks. But all of them something here is just a flip in the face for all of we. Why Audrey Marks? Juliet should want to ask this question. Why Audrey Marks is going so all out for Andrew Holness, Rosemary Samuels? And why is it that after Audrey Marks had served Fairlines as ambassador between 2010 and 2012, Audrey Marks was brought back 2016. Audrey Marks was brought back 2016, Brittany Lyon, as ambassador after already served. It's the first in our system. I don't think there's any other record of an ambassador serving two separate administration at two different times, or yes, two different administration, Tash and Jones, James. So we need to question where we're going between Audrey Marks and Andrew Holness, as well as Juliet need to question also, because I'm citing conflict of interest here. I'm citing cronyism here. Why is it that Audrey Marks was brought back? Why is it Audrey Marks was brought back 2016 as ambassador, given that she has served from 2010 to 2012? So I know we want to question that. Juliet need to also question Wagwan. But just to remind Vegas, we still have your file. Me see you all over the place going after Chief Curry. We have your file, my friend. It will be a horse and pato race between me and you. We have your file. So the popularity where you look on social media, be careful what you wish for, Vegas. Because we know how you got back your visa and your green card. We also know, Vegas, of your investment and the help you're getting from the government with your property portfolio. We are aware. It is okay if you want to sing the government praises if they are doing nice things for you. But what you're not going to do and get with is come out and attack everybody we talk about governance in a Jamaica. Everybody we talk about governance in a Jamaica. Me notice you go at them. We are aware the help you're getting from them with planning permission when it comes to your property portfolio. But as I said to you, steady on. Steady on. When you think of peace and safety, Vegas, it might just be sudden destruction around here. It might just be. Remember, me have links and contact put on a grass everywhere, Vegas. Nothing, not too hard to pull upon you. It is as simple as that. Nothing is too hard, Elaine Campbell, I still the Williams. Not too hard to pull upon you. But me notice, found to find out Chief Curry Power in relation to the Bojo Bantan Galangin. just like the Prime Minister Nesta Morgan Vegas, you are run around the place and mad with the intention to denounce Chief Curry. My youth, you don't understand power, you don't understand the you can't call it a word, of international law and its technicalities. So, me know say you speak out of pain and hurt, bias, as well as being uninformed. When your super chat working, I just sent $10. I haven't seen anything popped up yet. Whitestone. It should do. Yes, the super chat is on. Once it's gone through, it will pop up at some point soon. Tony Tall, Mitchie. Good morning. But we're not going to give too much attention to the misery. Yesterday morning, we started discussing the World Health Organization when we, thanks Elaine Turner, when we looked at the withdrawal of the Zanika, and we started looking at the WHO. But there is an almighty important meeting coming up. I think their Geneva brouhaha starts when? It starts in May and they run to June. But there will be a sit-in, rather. I did clip out that something here. What am I doing with it? Oh dear, hold on. But their next sit-in is to be on the 24th of this month. And it will be to continue their discussion, if they haven't reached an agreement yet, on their new pandemic treaty, pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. My problem, though, and it's not just with our government in Jamaica, this is a global cry. Why is it our governments are not giving us any information with regards to the pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response, as well as the UN Agenda 2030? Yes, they are there for us to go and read, but our government is under a duty, or decision makers are under a duty to inform us, to keep us informed, especially about decisions that affects us. But there is a woeful silence when it comes to Colin Stewart dealing with this particular issue at states level. It is a woeful problem. Hold on there. Was it this? Let me see if it is the... But the problem is our governments have gone silent on us. Absolutely silent. No, this is the wrong document, however. But my purpose this morning is to ask you, the people at home. We're running out of time. I don't know how much of us, Annie Smith, are aware that we're running out of time given where we are going. Because when this new treaty, this new international treaty is signed, your governments will be taking instructions from the World Health Assembly. The World Health Assembly is the decision-making body in the World Health Organization. They are the decision maker. And a part of their constitution gives them power to make it up as they go along, we would call it in the legal field. Because it's them and them alone decide the policies and procedures of the World Health Organization. So whatever they decide on, countries who signed up to the new treaty will have to implement and abide, whether we want to or not, whether the people are aware, Norman Ferguson, or not. It's where it is really going. But you still have a 10-day period to pressure your government for information on this new treaty. What the consequences to the new treaty will be when it comes to our domestic law. You see, there is also a great push in this whole climate change scenario saga, where our government deliberately move around the country. It happened a long time them under this mission. It happened in my community in 2011. They move out the pump. They move out the pump out our community. And from that, we have massive water problem. It is what they're doing across the island to enforce this drought argument. Because two of the limb that we will be ruled and guided under in this new global pandemic treaty will be steered by our health, physical, emotional, mental, and environmental. So all of the new rule then, what WHO and the World Health Assembly will be throwing at us, they will be under the disguise of health, the health of the people, and the health of our environment. Don't underestimate the drive in the climate change agenda. They are going somewhere with it. It's not just fitapiaso. They are going somewhere with it. These things that I'm showing you on screen, these were from 2021 and 2022, 2023, because this thing has been in action for years now. I became aware of the whole UN Agenda 2030 in 2000 on, I think, 15, 16. And then when during the pandemic now, this new treaty surface and really start going at it. But all these are planned. The pandemic really, and if we can get away with this, was really to force us to this treaty under the disguise in moving towards the one world government under the UN Agenda 2030. So when lockdown came, it gave them the opportunity to say, bruha, bra, we need need a new treaty in order to protect the world from future pandemics. Thus, they get to start writing and implementing all of them rules. The problem is, though, our governments have been negotiating this treaty for quite some time, but has not informed their population of the significance of the treaty. The treaty will be binding, and all nations who accept it or sign up to it. There will be punishment if you fail to follow regulations or guidelines given by the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization, that body can just decide and make up things, statistics, scientific. One hope of something. I told my head a pain me now, make really can't. I don't know if I start paying my head yesterday. Anytime I look at this subject, it really pained my head in the fact that I don't think too much of us are aware of the danger that lurks ahead in relation to our rights and our freedom. The swift move to a digitalized society with all these one world government rule coming in, because this one world government thing is not a joke. Once this treaty has been agreed and ratified, signed by the 194 countries who sits in its negotiation, will then become law internationally, and your government will have to carry out or implement whatever WHO asks to be implemented. WHO can make up their rules and procedure as they go along. They can declare pandemic. They can do one hope of something, people. The problem is our governments are deceiving us, pulling us blindly along with them. Just like your government signed you away in the when your government was mandated. Let me see if I pull back this video. When your government was haranguing you, when Andrew Holness was haranguing you and threatening people to have this thing, especially civil service workers. Michelle Lewis Wilson, God's gift, how are you? Rena. At the same time, this same prime minister signed a pact to prevent you from seeking redress if there should be any malpractice, malfeasance, or whatever from that which he was encouraging the nation to walk headlong in danger.
What it says to me is that people are not listening to what I have said. I have been very clear in Parliament, very clear, absolutely gone overboard to say we are not going back to lockdown. So be calm. And I've said what the strategy is. It is now in your hands. Go and take the vaccine. That is the strategy. We can't hold it down and put an eagle in your hand. If you get sick, you will take that responsibility. There is an option. We have vaccines all over the place. We have sites all over the place. I don't hear one person complain that they can't get the vaccine anywhere. Go and get vaccinated. Argument done.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. We begin this segment with news that a COVID-19 vaccination policy will be implemented for public sector workers, and it will require employees to get vaccinated. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the revelation in Parliament earlier today.
The government of Jamaica will be taking steps to ensure that we can secure and guarantee the continued operation and provision of government services. We have indicated long ago that we will put in place measures for testing and for. I know there is great tension in the air.
Master Esther Ladybug, how are you? When wholeness, a strong arm on to take it, when you might try push it as mandatory policy, he knew it was on research. He knew it didn't pass the clinical trial. But this Prime Minister told you that this vaccine was made by God. Did he not? Am I lying? Did the Prime Minister not told us that this joke? Allow me to tell Sasha Lewis? Did the Prime Minister not told us that the joke come from Wowo yonder? Allow me to tell? Am I lying? At the same time, on research, not been approved clinically, trial drug. But it is why the Prime Minister had to sign a waiver to prevent you, the Jamaican people, from seeking to hold people like Astra and others liable for any failure from that substance or from the global poisoning. The global poisoning that was carried out. Your Prime Minister was complicit in the global poisoning. Your Prime Minister signed a waiver to prevent you from seeking any legal redress should you be affected by the global poisoning. While at the same time, your Prime Minister is pushing it on you. He is, 1, threatening you, 2, intimidating you, 3, he also go further and threaten you that if you're not taking and anything happen to you, don't run come to a health care because we did warn you. A whole heap of threat. Dorothy Elliott. A whole heap of threat we get from Andrew Holness. Meanwhile, Andrew Holness was signing a pact to make sure you die from this global poisoning. And when you die or is seriously damaged from this global poisoning, you or your children, you may be the breadwinner in the family. And because you have been damaged by the global poisoning, you cannot work anymore to look after your family, but you have no redress to go to the court on the personal injury, malpractice, maladministration. Wow, whoop a thing you could have got a court for. But your government, Dr. Andrew Holness, doctor of kleptocracy, doctor of corruption, doctor of crime and murder, doctor of stealing, doctor and your wife thief land, doctor there with Dr. Marx, told you the people, take it. In the every way, you just have to give a free so. But oh no, the licky Jamaican people. Hey, sometimes you want to hold someone and go on some backs on ears. Because when a government can give you donut or KFC to take, hey, Jamaica people, I want ball this morning. When your government can give you KFC, donuts to go and take poisoning. And you, the Jamaican people, hey, Jesus, why? You know, say we need to indict Britain and Europe, or the Europeans, in the International Court of Human Rights for mental genocide. Because what these people do to it, that's what government, that's when they know how we walk and give it to thieving ladies, sir, and thieving father Ken, and pay money to go watch what a sexual predator boy, their name again, when they come at Jamaica with the Kirk Franklin, and all of these sinting, them doing something dangerous. Otherwise, we couldn't lay them asleep so long as everybody are kept over with. Our government gave us food in order to encourage us to take poison, and we fucking well did it. Does it not hurt? Does it not hurt? Your government and their delegations, when they go off to Geneva this month, they may just sign in your rights and your life away. Ask your prime minister if, on acceptance or ratification of the treaty, if your country will lose its domestic rights. What will your rights be subject to in your constitution? Given that when the World Health Assembly put out any, put out, those who are referred to as member states are the countries agreed to accept or signed up to the new pandemic preparedness. Sometimes the name time it tongue. The new pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. Ask your government, what does this mean for us, the people, domestically, when we enter into this international treaty? What does it mean for our domestic law? What does it mean for our constitution? Ask your MPs those questions. Ask your government those questions. Ask the Foreign Office those questions. Ask the government who are the delegates that will attend Geneva this month. Death trap hang over we head, and it's not subject to just we as Jamaicans. It's a global attack. The issue for us is there are a lot of countries rising up and pushing back against this thing, because one thing mainstream media never told you, during the lockdown in the United Kingdom, there were several opposing demonstrations throughout the whole lockdown period. Mainstream media just don't tell you about those things. People of the UK are well aware of where a lot of this is going, and the UK has already started its pushback quite some time in areas. The people of the UK already, and people in the West and so on, are pushing back. The problem is in our patch of the Western Hemisphere, that which they call the Caribbean region or the Caribbean waters, which really is North America. People are pushing back, but us, the descendant of enslavement, we tend to become reluctant to a lot of what is happening around us, and that also allow these people to move ahead easily without any problem. I think the pressure the world put on them, okay, if we didn't stand so vehemently against lockdown and the joking policy, may I tell you, we would have headlong into a lot of the things them what them want to carry with go already. But the people of Australia pushed back very hard. The people of Europe pushed back very hard. The people of North America pushed back very hard. In Africa, there was various pushback as well because how a lot of we in the Caribbean there grab up the joke, Africa was pushing back on it as well. It is why they took out John Magufuli, because John Magufuli said, not in my country. Not in my country. No global poison attempt around here. And they got rid of Magufuli. I think they also got rid of another, was it Mauritius or where other place a name? I like to move it. You know the place that I like to move it, them Madagascar. So a lot of your government walk blindly because them are trying to save them life also. None of them don't want to be the modern day Abraham Traore, where ready to tell white people say, F you, we can do it. We have everything we need to do it. Leave us, let us get on with it. And Haiti don't inner them bang around. You understand? And you notice what happened to the Haitian president. All of the people them that push back on that thing. What we the people need is revolutionary leaders. Leaders who are lead in the people's interests. Leaders like today's Abraham Traore, who is ready to tell the West, we have the natural resources, we have the human resources, and within Africa and the diaspora, we can find the expertise to do what you claim to want to do, but has had a 500-year relationship with the West. And I really don't see the improvement. I really don't. I've always said I'm going to do a East versus the West comparison when it comes to economic ties with the whole enslavement patch, whether it be from Africa to the Caribbean. I need to do a compare and contrast program and that one of the day. Audrey Patterson, how are you? But please, my people, may I beg you now, ask your government, ask your member of parliament, what does the new pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response treaty, Lenford Williams, Wilson rather, mean for your country, for your domestic law, for your constitution, and for your human rights when this treaty is being agreed and ratified globally, and the World Health Assembly, which is an arm of the World Health Organization, Audrey Patterson, will really take over the reins of a one world government where they will trickle down power and responsibility to, all right, you see just like a hoe, yeah? I'm going to give you an example for you to understand how it will work. Do you remember in lockdown, no matter what country news you're listening to, no matter what media source you're listening to, it was one unified story because different countries weren't giving you their narrative. The World Health Organization, the World Health Assembly gave a narrative, and every country has to run with it. This is how it's going to be policy-wise also. When they put out Nifty Friend, whatever policy, under the disguise of human or environmental health, then we are going to have to run. Our governments globally will have to run blindly with it. Otherwise, there can be consequences to your country, whether their voting rights have been suspended, or they may be fined or something of the sort, but there will be a penalty for your country for not adhering to the rules of the World Health Assembly once the treaty is accepted, is agreed, accepted, and ratified. So you can sign it. One way you can ratify by signing it, or you can just accept it and start acting upon it without signing it, and then it becomes law based on that acceptance. So please, I'm asking you all, Colleen Jones, sanctioned, I think too, yes. Please, I'm asking you people, ask your government questions. I should be dealing with this topic much, much earlier. But one of the things we don't know, Jamaican people or black people, when people bring these subjects to, which is life and death, no listen. I bet you if me the day I cuss and I go on by the platform would unfold, because that is what black people love and hinge to. The excitement, the sus, the scandal, and the buzz. It's not what we are about around here. The danger is bigger than 101 IMC. Yes, at some point we need a little entertainment and a laughter. On Saturday or so, and we will sit down and watch some of the F-ring. But me not go live and dead for the F-ray and hold on my face in the F-ray every day, while there are powerful information over here where I go direct me into certain place where we can go find even more powerful, substantial information. We don't want that as black people. What this mental suicide that we're on, it is a mental suicide, my people. Where we depend, it's a mental suicide. Trust me. We don't want the knowledge that can help us to take ourselves out of the situation where every day we get up and complain about. Give one of the mix up, tear off jaws, broke out, skin out. I'm me tell you, woman, we have big bikini and run up and down all over the whole place. Check on yourself on social media, mothers and fathers. Because when you say young people are run around and do certain things, it not grow out of them like here. Them learn it at home. Them learn it in the community. Now it depends on social media, because every big woman and every big man depends on social media, and nobody don't want to do anything beneficial to his state of mind. Everybody just want to continue cheer on them every. The mix up. The susu, the sese, and the sasa, and the cascas, and the carrigo bring come. If you are a whole black crowd, if you are a whole Jamaican crowd, just come with the mix up and the pasa and the sese and the cascas and the musho galang and distant friend. Mavis Farbs. But me not depend them something. The picture is much bigger. We are in much graver danger. Me could have come out here and do mix up. Me the king of mix up, but me put on them something there for a long time. 50, another mix up. No, me surpass it. Some on a big hole. I mean, there are a lot of things out there if you go to just pick up something and read and see if you don't find something if you go talk to somebody about. Try it. Hmm? Try it. Pick up something and read. Just type in Google. What's the benefit of physics? Janet McIntosh, Rosalie Ricketts. Done it. Wagwan. I come back to Birmingham tomorrow. Miss Warner, how are you? Beverly Edwards. We need to retrain our mind, people. We are entrenching the brainwashing. The things that we chose to listen to, the things that a lot of us chose to share in public, it is enforcing the menticide. Menticide may not be a real word, but in other phrase that we use, menticide, to say it's mental suicide. So we cut it short and call it menticide. What we do when we come into the social space, especially with those of us who got influenced because people listen to us. All if I want somebody are influenced, it is influence. Try, Jamaicans. Let us influence each other to rise. Let us influence each other to upgrade our mindset and our knowledge. Forget education. Education is about training and reputation. Here, we're talking about knowledge. To know, to be aware. Because this is one of the big problems with us. We know very little and we're not aware of much. Because we do not read. When media grow in a Philly community, if you're not on radio or TV, how do you get your news? By the gossips in the community. And when you only listen within that block of your community, do you understand the mindset that you will be limited to if you don't speak to people outside of your community? If you don't read outside of the Bible, because half our black people in my family and a lot of other places, we now pick up something and read if it's not about this. What do I call the barbarism of religion? Someone think me mad, but me and two things I enjoy in life. You see my madness and my dunceness. Don't try to take them to something there for me. May I go walk with them? May I go hold them up? And may I go arms them up because I know why I do. They protect me. They keep me focused. My dunceness and my madness are them two something that keep me focused. If I were to act like some people and come out here with my education and my qualification, come act bright, you know how bloody corrupt I would and could be? Because I know, hey, you know how corrupt I could be if I walk into the social elevation line? I don't know how dangerous my mindset could be if I walk into the social climb, wanting the professional standard, wanting people to look up to me because of my profession. I'd be dangerous. No word of a lie. But when your mind is free, then you can decide to be Agent McIntosh. When your mind is free, then you can decide the information you bring in, the information you put out, and how you make information impact your thinking. We need to get a grip of our mind, black people. It is the most powerful thing that your God, who you spoke about, someone created the mind. Nothing is as powerful as this. Nothing also is as detrimental as this if it is held in the hands or mind of a dangerous person. Your mind is very important, people. This is why everybody is going for your mind. The way to get through to you is to convince you, to make you believe. I am not here to convince you to make you believe. This is why when you watch my live, in the comment area, you're going to find articles to read. And hopefully those articles, if you read them, will push you further to go and want to look further. So it's the same this morning. Articles are there on the UN 2030 agenda. There's a frequent question and answer article also in there to do with the pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. You can just click on the thing and read and inform yourself from it. But if we don't unlock our mind from what was locked into it, God help the next generation. And when I say this, I mean it seriously. God alone help the next generation if we don't get it right. Claudette Robinson. Thank you all very much for being here this morning. I hope I'm not confusing you by discussing this subject, but it is something that all of us must take as concern. It is something that is going to affect all of us. As something what stressed me out, don't get it twisted. It really does, because I don't think much of us are aware, and I don't think some of us really care. And it is quite a depressing, Elder Fletcher, how are you? It is quite a depressing subject to deal with. Just like when I say I avoid dealing with the whole if I murder and them something that all this while, if you don't notice, I don't deal with those topics. Those topics are widely put out in press and social media. I try to stay away from the depressing topic because those already do get highlighted. There's a lot of things, Sonia Smichael. There's a lot of things that are not being highlighted in the operational, administrative, or legal area, governance area. There are so much. When I say people may peep and through the window. Jamaican foodie, how are you? There are so much we need to learn, people. There are so much that we need to be washed from our brain and re-inform our brain with knowledge that suits us, knowledge that uplifts us physically, socially, and spiritually, knowledge that teaches us about finances, knowledge that teaches us about wealth creation. But we have to repair the family and the community first, because those two broken structures will reside in at the moment. Broken family and broken communities. The country is going to remain the same unless we get it right at those two levels. The home and the community. We all just need to know the truth and what is right from wrong. Reading is a way to go, Ian. When we read, we inform ourselves. And believe you me, people, when you become consciously awoken and aware, there is something outside of book, or there's something outside of the written pages that speak to you and inform you in certain way. And later on, you go buck up it, you go buck it up in a book, Betty Lee God. But you have to take care of your mind. You see, for those of you who always want to take care of our body, especially this time of the year, those of us who live in North America and Europe, this time of year, everybody jump out to what is called the gym body. Everybody want to look good this time of the year because sun out a road, body ride and pussy print and belly skin. Oh, I bet they made them something they're wearing in England, you know. But we must want to also look after our mind. That's the most powerful and precious tool we have. So if you want to have that gym body, have that gym mind as well. Make sure the mind ready for the road, just like how the body ready for the road. Josiah, 1, 2, 3, how are you? Just like how the mind, the body ready for the road. Want to fix the mind as well, so it's ready for the road. That's why when we go to the road, nobody can upset me. You could have come with 1,022 problem. Because, you know, especially we were living in Europe and North America, Gene, right? A lot of people, you just walk down the street and them take out them problem where they might be coming from them house with on you. It hard to upset me out the road because I am in control. It hard to upset me because I am in control. That is the stage we need to get to, where we not just flip and get upset every nickel, every dime somebody said or do. When you are in control of you, that alone will upset people around you when them sister them can't upset or frustrate you. That is when you know that you are really capable and how you do. This is really when you know you are in control of your feelings and your emotion, when nobody can upset you. Nobody can trigger you. Colleague Stewart, how are you? People or mind is important to everybody else. The colonizers, the new colonizers, the corporate world, the international world, or mine are very important to them. It is us that does not know how important our minds are and how much people are in search for our minds or ideas and a lot of other pertinent that makes us Black people, I don't want to use the word special, but stand apart from other humanity. Stand apart uniquely from anybody else. Why don't you want to behave uniquely then? If you look unique, you act unique, you talk unique. Be unique in the full sense of it. Be unique in your knowledge and control of yourself. Be unique in your pursuit for generational wealth. Yes, be unique in it. Thank you all for being here with us this morning and the people's point of view. I hope I do not confuse you. Join me back tomorrow night. Tonight, rather, we don't know who we're going to take up stick after tonight. And if you see Juliet hold us, or to pass our wire side, or so just tap her upon the shoulder and say, did you not hear? What you did there, when it broke? You never hear say Dr. Andrew Holness and Dr. Audrey Marks in a ruckusism. You never hear say Audrey Marks, Dr. Audrey Marks, Mavis Forbes, and Dr. Andrew Holness is in ruckusism. It would kind of make some sense, would it not? If the Northern Caribbean University has given Dr. Marks an honorary Doctor of Letters. And she wanted Andrew Holness to have one from University of the West Indies, which they refused, Marie Messenger TV. And then she went and got it from whoever else. I want to ask Delaware State University. So because of that, why Jessup Audrey Marks put on the academic podium at Delaware State, shouldn't it be? Is it that she was accompanying Holness? Normally, graduation and the academic body, if you're not a part of the academic body of that university, it's normally the people of that university sit at the academic podium. Does Miss Marks have connection to that university, or is it her Northern Caribbean University doctoral that provide her that staging, or were you accompanying your common law boyfriend, the Prime Minister, Miss Audrey Marks? Good morning from Global Television, and if you're in London, good afternoon. Thank you for being here with us. Join us back this evening for the People's Point of View. Good morning and good afternoon from Global Television.